good morning children. Class 9. Today I am starting chapter number 2 for you. That is matter around us pure? In this chapter, what we have to discuss? We have to discuss about the mixtures, types of mixtures. Then we have to discuss about the true solution and the colloids and the suspension and their properties. So let's start the chapter now. The chapter is matter around us pure? In the previous lesson, we had discussed about the matter. What is matter? Matter that is occupying some space and having some mass. So we have divided the matter in solid, liquid and gases. In the previous lesson, we had discussed all the things. In this lesson, we are going to discuss about the mixtures. So what are mixtures? Mixtures are the mixing of two components. They can be mixtures, they can be homogeneous and heterogeneous. Means if we mixing two substances, then they can mix properly, thoroughly. They are having same composition throughout the solution. So those type of mixtures are called as homogeneous mixtures. Homogeneous, homo means same, geneous means formation. Same formation is there. Means if we are mixing salt in water, salt is dissolved in water completely. So the concentration of salt in water is same throughout it. When we mix sugar in water, then sugar is also having same concentration, or we can mix some amount of crystals of KMnO4, potassium permanganate. We can mix copper sulfate that gives us blue color. KMnO4 gives us pink color in the solution. So their concentration in water, it is same throughout the solution. So such kind of mixtures are called as homogeneous mixture. Activities are also given in your book that you are mixing some amount of crystals of copper sulfate. You can obtain blue color. KMnO4, you can obtain pink color throughout the solution same. So these are called as homogeneous mixtures. Next are heterogeneous mixtures. Heterogeneous mixture in which the concentration throughout the solution is not same. Means they are not completely dissolved in the solvent. Such as, what example we can take? We can take different examples such as we are mixing soil in water. Soil cannot dissolve properly. It will settle down after some time. So, we cannot dissolve soil in water. So, it is a type of heterogeneous mixture. Other examples are such as we are mixing wheat flour, we are mixing ink in water. So they are not going to give us completely same type of solution. So they are called as heterogeneous mixture. So I think you understood about the homogeneous and heterogeneous mixtures. Activities are also there in the book. Now we have one activity in which we have taken some amount of copper sulfate, KMnO4, then wheat flour and soil in water. We are dissolving them. So we can find out three types of substances. First are true solutions, second are suspension, and third are colloids. So in these three we have to distinguish them, which are true solution, which are colloids, which are suspension, and we have to discuss about their properties and their examples. So first we are discussing about the true solution. So what are true solution? True solution are those solutions, those are homogeneous mixture. They are completely mixed into each other. They are having two components. First component is called as solute and the second component is called as solvent. So solute, what is solute? Solute which is in lesser amount in the solution. Such as we are mixing 1 spoonful of sugar in 1 glass of water. So sugar will be solute here and water will be solvent. What solvent which is more in amount, which has the capability to dissolve the solute in it, and solute which can dissolve in solvent. So both are going to mix and they are going to form true solutions. We have various examples such as air. Air is homogeneous mixture. It is true solution, a type of true solution. Solution, they are not going to be liquid only. They can be gaseous also, such kind of air. We have other examples such as aerated drinks. Aerated drinks means cold drink. You are drinking cold drink in which CO2 gas is dissolved in water completely. So CO2 is solute in that, and what is solvent? Water is solvent in that. Other examples are salt in water, sugar in water. These we have discussed. So solute is in lesser amount and solvent will be in more amount. Now we have to discuss the properties of true solution. So properties are that it is homogeneous mixture, means it is going to be formed a mixture which has same concentration throughout the solution. So they are homogeneous mixture, but their size is very lesser. Size, what is their size? Their size is approximately 1 nanometer. 1 nanometer is equals to 10 to the power minus 9 meters. So they are very small. We cannot see the particle, solute particle through naked eyes. When they are mixed into each other, sugar and salt mix into each other, then we cannot find out the sugar particle from our eyes. So their size is very small, 1 nanometer. So sedimentation also not take place. Sedimentation you had discussed in your previous classes. That sedimentation is settling down the solute particles. So solute particles are completely mixed, so they are not going to settle down here. So sedimentation is also not taking place here. From filtration, we cannot separate the solute and solvent. Other techniques are there, such as evaporation. By heating, you can separate, and Tyndall effect is also not going to affect here. Now, children, the next topic is concentration of the solution. Concentration means how much amount of solute is dissolved in solvent. Solute amount, which can be taken in grams. If it is liquid, then it can be taken as ml. So according to the concentration of solution, we can divide the solution in 3 types: saturated solution, unsaturated solution, and supersaturated solution. So what are saturated? First we have to discuss about unsaturated solution. So what is unsaturated solution? Unsaturated solutions are the solution in which if we have dissolved 1 spoonful of sugar in water, then it has the tendency to dissolve more sugar in it. So this kind of solution are called as unsaturated, in which we can dissolve more solute. And if we are mixing 2 spoon, 3 spoon, then after 3 spoon sugar, if water is not capable to dissolve the more sugar in it, then this kind of solution are called as saturated solution. Means they are completely saturated with the sugar amount, with the solute amount. Next are super saturated. If 3 spoonful of sugar are dissolved in water, then how can we increase the concentration of sugar in it? By increasing temperature we can increase. By adding some amount of water also. So by increasing temperature we can add more sugar in saturated solution. So these kind of solutions are called as super saturated solution. Now if the question arises, how can you find out the concentration? If it is solid, then you can find out by mass percentage. Mass of solute in gram upon mass of solution in gram into 100. Percentage is taken by multiplying 100. So mass of solute in gram, if you can have the example of 20 gram sugar is dissolved in 80 gram of water, then we can have 20 upon 100 because it is solution. We can solve it, then we can have the percentage, mass by mass percentage. After that, mass by volume percentage. If we are dissolving solid in liquid, then how can we find out? Mass of solute upon volume of solution multiplied by 100. After that, the last is volume percentage. If both are liquid, then volume of solute upon volume of solution. It can be in ml, milliliter. It can be in liter also. 1 liter is equals to 1000 ml. Now children, about suspension. First we have discussed about true solution. Then we are going to discuss about the suspension. So suspension, such we are mixing soil in water, wheat flour in water. So it cannot dissolve in water. They will settle down after some time. Their particle size is big enough, we can see them. Their particle size is greater than 1 nanometer. इनकी particle size जो है, it is greater than 1 nanometer. So we can see them by naked eyes. So suspension are, what are suspension? Which kind of mixture? They are heterogeneous mixture. Heterogeneous means they are not having the same concentration throughout the solution, such as soil in water. So what are their other properties? They can be filtered by filter paper. Filter paper, when we apply filter paper, then they can be filtrate can be obtained. Then they can show the Tyndall effect also. What is Tyndall effect? Tyndall effect is when one light beam enters in the dark room, then the particles of light beam scatter the light effect. Tyndall effect is in which light particles in the mixture can shine. So this is Tyndall effect. So suspension can show the Tyndall effect also. They can be filtered by filter paper. We can see them by naked eyes. Now we have to discuss the particle which are having the size in between the true solution and suspension. These are called as colloids. Colloids are having two phases such like solute and solvent. Solute is known as dispersed phase here, which is in lesser amount. Solvent is known as dispersed medium, which is in more amount. So colloids are the particle, those are having the particle size in between 1 to 100 nanometer. 1 to 100 nanometer is their particle size. So it is not big enough that we can see them by naked eyes. And they cannot be filtered also. There should be some different process to separate dispersed phase and dispersed medium. But they can show, the particles are big enough, they can show the Tyndall effect. Means Tyndall effect, the particles will shine when we put some amount of light on them. Such as milk. So what are the properties of colloids? Colloids properties are that these are homogeneous mixture in some extent, and they are heterogeneous kind of are having also. Their particle size is 1 to 100 nanometer, but they cannot see by naked eyes. Such as milk, we cannot identify that which is solute, which is solvent in it. Then some examples are there. One table is given in your book. You have to learn that table, and the specific words I have written for you, such as aerosol. Aerosol is in which dispersed phase is liquid and dispersed medium is gas, such as fog or mist. In fog or mist, there are some liquid droplets of rain. They are suspended in gas. So they are called as aerosols. Now next is emulsion. In emulsion, dispersed phase and dispersed medium both are liquid. Example is milk. Next, gel. Here gel such as, in which liquid is in lesser amount and solid are in more amount. So they are act as hair gel, examples are here. Then the next is sol, in which solid is there in the lesser amount and the liquid is present in the more amount. Example is milk of magnesia, magnesium hydroxide.